Saw Tyrese Proctor starting for the first time since the first meeting back on December 2nd against Georgia Tech, who controls the opening tap, and away we go. 1-3 in the ACC, and the last 3 losses all in ACC action. Dongo is the stud freshman who's been leading the way for Georgia Tech.
Did Tyrese Proctor coming in, and when he gets his feet up under him in this building, he's shooting over 40% from 3. Got to find him and get to him early.
Call it a long 2, and Naithan George answers with a 3.
Big sign for him. I think he's been a little too unselfish at times.
Roach drives for 2. They're up 25 at halftime. Knocked down 9 threes in the first half. John Shire loved the defense as well. Filipowski plus a foul, and that's 2 on Dongo just over 2 minutes in.
Just inside, it just turns. See right there.
Filipowski backs down, 1-on-1. Filipowski, the drop step and the finish. Proctor's got him here, and a switch from McCain. Post entry for Gapari, and the youngsters doubled. Got it away to Kawasi Reeves, who knocks it down.
You want your double teams to be really aggressive and not throw a straight line pass, Skip. It's not bad defense, just a better pass.
Proctor working with Filipowski in the pick and roll, and 2 more for Kyle Filipowski, up to 7.
Filipowski knows there's not much resistance he's going to get on the inside.
Risky pass. Roach nearly picked it. George moves it. Gapari hoists it and hits.
Because you know what he thinks their style of play does. They're going to keep everything in front. They'll give that to Filipowski. They don't want him on the inside. He's
got a 3. Inside and outside, and he's got the last 10 for the Blue Devils. Shot clock is at 10 for the veteran 5th-year senior guard Kyle Sturdivant off the bench. Moves it for Reeves. Reeves attacks. Oh! On his head.
Does not care at all. Sit down, Ryan Young.
Wow.
I know I can't jump that high, or couldn't at any point in my life. So
speak for yourself. Roach knocks it down.
Stoudemire is just trying to put some trust and see what his freshman, how he responds. And
pick and roll, and he scores. Where's he best offensively?
I think in the pick and roll inside for Filipowski.
McCain, no. Young, the offensive rebound. Back out, Foster. Yes. Calls for the post up. Moves it for Roach. Strokes it. Boy, Filipowski's locked in.
He has. He's just been so underrated part of his game. We focus so much on the guards, and he's one of the assist leaders of this team on his winning streak.
Big answer from Kyle Sturdivant, vocal 5th-year senior guard who's coming off the bench this year. Leads at 8 for Duke. TJ Powers in the game as well, the freshman from Massachusetts. Proctor off the glass.
It's getting some consideration for preseason All-American, and hasn't been quite as consistent as you'd like. And
good handoff there, Sturdivant to Dongo, and he's got 6.
With Filipowski, they're trying to keep him in drop coverage like they're in now.
Yep,
and
so he drops,
yes,
short roll, move it to the corner.
Move to the opposite corner.
That's a 3.
That is what Georgia Tech wants to do. Most of the time, it's always opposite because he's putting pressure on the big and forcing the weak side guard to come help.
Filipowski is blocked by Kelly, who then bounces it off. Filipowski and saves it. Your senior transfer now at his 3rd school, and a fresh 20 for the Jackets, only down by 5. Gapari off the bounce. No Dongo on the floor right now for Georgia Tech. Kelly hits it for the freshman point guard Naithan George. Turns around from the elbow, gets the roll. George, Kelly, Coleman, Dewana, and Reeves, the 5 for Damon Stoudemire. Kelly a step back. His second 3.
With all the pressures and the different bodies that they can put at him, he had 9 assists.
Filipowski drives and forced one up.
A lot of contact there. Filipowski was looking for the call.
Coleman banks one in. And Georgia Tech's got the lead. A lot of confidence in his group going into this matchup, even though they're on the 4-game losing streak. George, little floater, rolls around and down.
His aggressiveness alone elevates the play of the Yellow Jackets.
McCain off the screen, sticks it. Only blemish for him tonight, he's 1 of 4 at the free throw line. Tech down 1. Coleman at the elbow. Puts the Jackets back in front.
The Blue Devils have to get themselves going, and I think it starts with number 5. Proctor is the guy that we know has got All-American consideration.
There's Filipowski, part of that starting 5.
Oh, and Foster's just not as aggressive as it needs to be because they're trying to give everything to Filipowski, and that's fine. Sometimes you just got to play.
Big block by Gapari on Filipowski.
The thing young guys got to realize is the defense is going to dictate who gets the ball or who gets the shot, because they want to take you out of it. They're going to take you out of it.
Reeves down the lane, 2 more.
Again, he's the guy that settles this group down. He's a leader of this group. And
he goes under, so he got switched on to Dongo, made the catch and scores in traffic above Proctor and Roach.
And it helps that your coach is a great point guard.
Gapari, another block on Filipowski, and the lob!
Just great weak side block by Gapari. Just gets out the block, gets down, chases it down, and runs up.
I'll pick and roll at this end for Duke offensively. Again, sticking with that same 5 out of the timeout, and Jared McCain scoops to the cup. He's got 5.
4 point guards at that. There needs to be more dribble drive penetration, put pressure on the rim, spray the ball out, shoot threes, and continue to drive. Like
so
this.
Filipowski in drop coverage here, and that short roll is there because he's dropping. Jackets by 6. Dongo sets the screen for Kelly. Another pocket pass. And Dongo scores again. Tech at 8-7 on the season, 1-3 in the ACC. They've got an 8-point lead here on Duke.
Same thing again here. See, they're just going to keep the ball in the middle of the floor. What do you switch? Then you got Dongo on you got Filipowski on the guard.
Filipowski steps out, hits his second 3. He's got 19.
And they just got to play. This Duke team just got to play. Don't try to force feed Filipowski. Just go out and play.
There's a block for Blake's on Kelly. Duke runs, Roach the catch, and the finish and a foul.
Cameron crazy. There's no one turn defense and the offense as quick as Duke does.
Sets the screen for Sturdivant. Filipowski the pick. Filipowski, Euro to the cup. A bounce for Claude, and now Reeves. McCain didn't bite. Tough shot, Kawasi Reeves.
Playing with a ton of confidence.
They had 14 in the first meeting, knocked down 4 threes. Filipowski wide open. Hits.
And Blake's is in the game, and look at Duke now. Now they're getting physical into the ball, creating turnovers.
Another one, Roach. Blocked by Reeves, but followed by Young. They sag off of Claude, so he goes handoff with Kelly in the corner. Blake's dogging the top scorer for Georgia Tech. Kelly, tough floater. Turned over on the inbounds by Kelly. Roach lays it in. George had a roll off. Offensive rebound for Claude and a fresh 20. Moves it for Coleman. Sticks it.
It's off an offensive rebound because if you don't have it right away, you're catching the defense in a mismatch.
Young with a head fake, and he scores.
That's really...
Georgia Tech's trying to get into its offense here. Here's Kelly. 10 points, 10 rebounds. Scores another one.
They've laid it off for the big, or they've kicked it out for 3.
Proctor got free. Hits! 8 minutes to go. Second meeting between these teams this year. Georgia Tech won by 4 on the flats in the ACC opener. Naithan George for 3.
And he's such a really good facilitator. Those shots from 3 in mid-range will be there for him anytime he wants.
Filipowski answers! 27 for Kyle Filipowski. He's hit 4 of 5 from deep. Kelly has a response. Boy, those runners here in the second half have been huge. Proctor, right out of the timeout, ties it. Baseline out of bounds. It was just right to him. Filipowski wants it. Drives on Reeves. Kicks for Proctor. He's got another! Guy who was projected as a lottery pick by many entering this year. Shot fake. Dish. Young. With a fall away that rolls off. Tech with numbers. George feeling it. Knocks it down. How about the freshman Naithan George? Roach sits. He was on the court for 59 seconds after returning. Filipowski got his own miss. Had it blocked, but a tip is down for Filipowski.
Critical turnovers during the season, and let's see if we can get this middle ball screen going and read the weak side with this lineup. And they got shooters in the corners now.
Young in the drop coverage. George gets it to go, and a foul.
Play, and I think Yellow Jackets, you have got your point guard of the future with this young man.
Proctor initiates with Jeremy Roach, the captain, still sidelined. Filipowski for Young underneath. 15 seconds to go. George for Dongo. The finish with 10.3 left. Down to a 4-point game and a timeout. The final one for Damon Stoudemire and Georgia Tech. Ahead to Reeves at the horn. And that does it. Duke survives Georgia Tech at Cameron. And the winning streak is now 8 for the Blue Devils.